First thing you do is fill up the water tank with a clean water supply. You don't want to be using any dirty water or anything like that. You want to use a clean water supply. Domestic water is the way to go. The blast pot, with the same clean water. We have a bucket under the blowdown valve. Once the water starts running out the blowdown valve, then we can turn the water off. And then we'll be ready to put our blast media in the pot. Now we can put our blast media in. We'll leave the pails under this blast hose here, or this blowdown valve hose here, while we're putting the media in. That way we'll catch all this water, because then we'll use this water afterwards to top off the pot, so we'll eliminate all the air out of the pot. All right, now we're going to put our blast media in. Put our blast media in. Keep this hose open at all times. Normally what we would do is put in with bags. We have a super sack here, so we're going to scoop it out of the super sack. We normally put 13 bags of garnet, which is what we're using here now, to fill this pot up. As you can see, the media flows right into the pot very easily. All the time we're doing that, we're just placing the water into a pail. By the time we get the 13 bags of product into this vessel here, we will have acquired probably 3 to 4 pails of water. The amount of product that we're looking to put in this pot here will close this ball valve. Closing that off. The air vent valve closed, ball valve closed. Now we're ready to pressurize our pot. Now that we've put equivalent to 13 bags of garnet in this pot, which is roughly 700 pounds, we're going to take our water that was displaced through the hose that we have in our pails here. We're going to put it on the top of the pot. Now that we've filled the pot all the way up to the top, right up around the ball here, we're now going to open up our vent valve. Once we open the vent valve, all that's going to come out of the vent valve is air, with the water in the top of the pot going down about 4 inches. Once we've done that, we'll close the vent valve again and then fill the top of the pot up. Okay, now that we've filled the pot up again, we're going to open the vent valve once again and allow the water to run out. A nice steady stream of water without any air bubbles. We can close this off. The level of water in the pot should be roughly at the base of the ball. Now we're ready to pressurize our pot. There's no air left in here. We pick up the ball and get the air trapped in the top of the cap out. First thing we do here is hook up an adequate air supply to the machine. We recommend that you use a 2-inch line with at least a 375 CFM air compressor to run the GreenerBlast machine. The GreenerBlast machine can take upwards of 1,500 CFM of air flowing into this machine. The bigger air compressor you put on it, the better the machine operates. It uses a number 8 nozzle, standard with a GreenerBlast machine. Number 8 nozzle uses 350 CFM at 100 PSI. We've got our cable on here for safety. Now we're ready to fill up the water tank and then the pot. All right, here we are. We're going to set up the GreenerBlast machine. First thing we did was we hooked up the blast hose with our cables. Secondly, we hooked up the twin line, 2 different sizes. Now we're going to go through the controls. We have our pot pressure regulator, our blast pressure regulator. We have our water control, pot fill, blast, surface rinse, on and off, and our abrasive metering. And we're going to come over here. We have pot pressure gauge, blast pressure gauge, air supply gauge, which is your supply from the air compressor. Set our blast pressure. We established that this air compressor will give us 70 pounds of blast pressure. We made an adjustment to our pot pressure here to 100 psi. So now we're ready to blast. Next step, put it on pot fill. Open the ball valve. And then we're ready to blast. Once we see product coming out the hose, we'll flip it to blast. We'll adjust our abrasive metering here to roughly a quarter of a turn. Now you tune in the machine based on how it's performing on the surface. You just turn this up a little bit at a time so you're happy with the production that you're getting from your machine. Now we're going to walk through when you run out of media. You'll know that you're out of media because it won't blast anymore. It'll just be water coming out with no blast. So you'll come over here, you'll close this ball valve off. Then what you'll do is you'll come over here. Have 4 or 5 pails. You'll open this valve right here, eliminating all the water that's in the pot. The bung will fall down once the water stops running out of here. Then you can put your media in here. We put the equivalent of 13 bags in here in the beginning. You'll recharge with the equivalent of 11 bags, which is 55 pounds times 11. Once you do that, then you follow the steps previous as to bleeding the air out, as well as lifting up the bung. Then you go back over here to hot fill, blast, and then you're all ready to go. Everything has already been adjusted prior to. We're ready to blast for another 4 hours. Good. We're done with our job. First thing you do, close the ball valve. Very important you close the ball valve. Secondly, we put this in the off position. Everything is all pre-adjusted. So if you want to come back tomorrow, all you have to do is put this thing in pot fill, charge your hose again, open your ball valve. Once your hose is charged, then you put it in blast. Okay, the last thing we need to do here is we're all done using this machine, and we're going to put it up for a couple weeks. What we need to do is we need to decommission this machine. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to put it on hot fill. And we're going to build pressure. 100 pounds, 120 pounds of pressure in the pot. As you can see, the bung is up, we have pressure in the pot. We're going to come over here, we're going to remove this cam lock fitting. Remove the cam lock fitting. With the machine in pot fill, we're going to open up this ball valve into a bucket. And what we're going to do is we're going to drain all this media out, making sure that we always have pressure in the pot over there. We don't want to open the ball valve up all the way. You can open it enough so that we maintain pressure. The pump continues to push this product out. Once all the media is gone, all we'll get is straight water out of here.